I have a question, if I may. Do you hear me from here?
Very faint.
But I'm coming here near the...
Okay, but much better now.
Now, looking at this, this is the eye, quote unquote, of an ant, right?
Yes, exactly.
And it's so sophisticated.
Yes.
And when I look at the butterfly wing, it's so amazingly wonderfully designed. I mean, even there is no color in it, but it gives the color.
It's beautiful.
So if you make a piece of technology like that, that without a color would give you a color, but it's from, I mean, the angle or something like that.
Yes.
Now, a question that came in previous classes here and in other contests about the theory of evolution.
Yes.
Now, the theory of evolution is very popular now. Actually, it is the science, quote unquote, that's taught. And for a free-minded researcher, has nothing to do with religion here, but just a scientist. And what is more plausible, that these designs that we see, are they designs or not? So anybody would tell you this is a design, right? You cannot say it is random. It is,
definitely, yes.
It is some design in it. There is design in it.
Yeah.
Even the other example of the butterfly, right?
Yes.
So the question here will come: if there is a design, there must be a designer. I mean, there's no design that makes itself by itself, scientifically speaking or practically speaking. If there is speed limit in the desert, a sign that says speed limit is 70 miles per hour, that means that somebody put a law there or a rule. So any rule has a rule, somebody who put it. Any design has a designer. This is what we see in every aspect in our lives. Nothing happens unless in Hollywood movies, right? Now, the other thing is the start of the evolution theory as we know it now is based basically on Darwin's The Origin of Species.
Yes.
Right? And one of his sentences says that we don't need a divine intervention to have what we have now. That's what he said in 1859, I think?
Yes.
So
I don't remember the year, but yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Now, Darwin didn't have all this technology or equipment or microscopes or all this information that we know now after 100 plus years. So what would be the scientific justification of, without getting into the divine quote-unquote thing that he said, that he claimed. Now, how come that these designs are there just by itself, which is marvelous? I mean, imagine that you want to fabricate or manufacture something like that. How much time you want to think and do and so forth. So
it's already there, right?
So what would be a scientific argument in this?
The scientific argument, I personally, I don't really, support this intelligent design or this, need for a designer, because these animals, they have been from millions of years, right? Nature, this didn't happen overnight, right?
Well, that's one theory. Without interfering with you, we had a research paper in this class trying to find the methods of calculating the millions, billions of years.
Yeah, and when it gets to millions and billions, it gets a bit, difficult for,
There is no definitive answer for between 4 billion and 16 billion.
I agree. Numbers get a bit shady on that big time scale.
Okay, so trying.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just trying to be as scientific as possible.
Yes.
How can we reasonably say this or that? Especially last week only we talked about the Big Bang, where everything started. The people who believe in it, they say it started from nothing, at nowhere and no time. It just started, And 3 minutes after the Big Bang, things started to become what we are and took billions of years to become. Now, one question we asked, how would you have 3 minutes calculated billions of years ago? Especially we have the time, hour, week, months is something belonging to Earth and Sun.
Someone had an intern with a stopwatch.
Yes,
right?
yes. All these things as scientists, as technologists, as scientific method, and we are now looking at something amazing. What then, how can we be scientific, totally scientific, and say something that's just by time it made itself? See what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you see, for example, we don't have to go to the animal kingdom, right? But you see someone, for example, geology formations over time that create these beautiful, mountains or whatever, right?
No, I can say right.
I don't see.
I can say right about what did you say? Certification? What the term you used?
No, that we don't even have to go to the animals for this, right?
Yeah.
That over time, this as you mentioned, it's very difficult to, how can I say?
That's
to exactly estimate whether it's 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 15 million years or 20 million years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not expert on evolution theory.
I'm not expert either. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking.
But what we can say from that is that with current technology and how technology evolved over the past 200 years, right?
Yeah.
We see that this is an exponential increase.
But here is another thing. If technology in 200 years did this, it didn't do it by itself. When people made technology to happen.
Exactly. But my point is that we can now start to see these things, right?
Yeah.
Darwin probably couldn't see what's going on with these butterflies, for example. I'm just making it up, right?
Yes. Okay.
But these are very exciting times to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
in science, because not only with this, but for example, what we're doing in our like in my research, right?
Yes.
As I mentioned, I work with squid proteins.
Yes.
And these squid proteins have a specific amino acid sequence, for example. Right?
Sorry, Abdul, would you give us your face?
I'm sorry. I forgot. I kept talking to the camera.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry you can't see us.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can have
let's
just
take out the eye. Okay. So then, if I stop sharing, probably you can see. Can you see me now?
No, not yet.
No? Okay, so maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's give you a hand now. Very good. Now we see you.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're doing, for example, we're growing synthetic squid protein.
Yes.
Right? And that is for mainly two reasons. One is it's not very eco-friendly and sustainable if you have to kill 100 squids to get some protein to make something, right?
So you really need to kill this amount to get what you want?
No, I'm making up the number.
Yes.
But, any squid that you have to kill for this is one squid is bad enough, right?
Yes, very good.
But so that's why we're trying to make it synthetic, so we don't have to kill any animal, and we're successfully creating these proteins in bacteria, in genetically modified bacteria. But also, that allows us to optimize the sequence for desired properties.